This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. So in the last session, we were discussing about Material Master. We finished discussing about Material Master. So today we'll discuss about a new concept, which is CMIR, that is Customer Material Info Record. So what is CMIR? Why we need CMIR? And that to a combination of customer and material. That is, as we discussed, all the customer data is maintained in the customer master, right? And all the material details has been maintained in the material master. But if I want to have combination of one specific customer and one specific material, maybe some fields we want to maintain it that way, where we have combination of one customer and one material. So it is neither possible to do that at the customer level or at the material level. So we need to have a separate master data for that, and that's called as CMIR. And that's called as CMIR, Customer Material Info Record. So delivery priority. You remember we discussed a field called as delivery priority in customer master. Anyone? What is delivery priority? What is delivery priority?
Back order processing.
Right, it will help us for back order processing, right? Let's say there is a customer X, and for this customer X, the back order, the delivery priority is high. Okay, he's a high priority customer. Okay, so back order processing is high for this particular customer. But when this X customer buys some material called as A, we want this customer to behave as a medium priority customer rather than high priority. Only when this X customer buys A material, we want it to be medium priority rather than high priority. So now if I go and change in the customer master to medium, what happens? Anyone? What
It's
happens?
applicable for all material.
Right, it will be applicable for every material that this customer places an order, right? But we don't want that. We want it to be only applicable for the customer. So how can this be possible? That is through CMIR. Or else, in customer master, we have discussed the field called as minimum delivery quantity. You remember anyone? What is minimum delivery quantity?
Where customer need to place minimum quantity.
Delivery quantity, not order quantity. Minimum delivery quantity. So minimum delivery quantity is that is the quantity which has to be minimum delivered, even though if you are doing a partial delivery, anything less than that system will not allow us to accept. We have options actually, but that to allow, not to allow. So that is a functionality. Material A, the minimum delivery is 100. Okay, the minimum delivery quantity for material A is 100. But if this customer X place an order for A material, we want it to be 50. So if I go and change this to 50 in the material master, what happens? This will be applicable for every customer who is buying this material A, right? But we don't want that. We want that to be only for the customer X and A. So there are a couple of fields like this where we want to maintain it with a combination of customer and material, okay, which is neither possible either to change it at the customer level or material level. So this CMIR will help us. And CMIR also will help us to solve one another issue, or like that's a functionality. What is that? You take these big companies like Amazon, or you take Costco or Big Bazaar. They sell thousands and thousands of products, right? So when they're selling these thousands of products, so how it is possible so that they don't any material number or name they don't get clash. Let's say there might be a material from LG. LG manufactured a refrigerator and its name is X1. LG manufactured a refrigerator and its name is X1. And Samsung has manufactured a mobile phone and this mobile phone name is X1. If you go to some electronic store and now you're asking for material X1, okay, or else you are searching in the system for material X1, what happens? So which material system has to pull now? Right? There is a conflict. There is a possible from two vendors for two different kind of materials, there might be a same name possible, right? So, or else for easy maintenance of stock, these big warehouse companies like Big Bazaar, or you take Costco, or you take Walmart, where they have huge warehouses, how do they, where and they sell thousands of material, how do they differentiate this? That is through SKUs. What is SKU? Anyone? What is
Stock
SKU?
keeping unit. Stock keeping unit.
Stock keeping units, right? That means, let's say this electronics company calls LG Mobile as SKU1 and they call Samsung mobile phone with the same name, but they call it as SKU9. Now, rather than searching with their original name, if customer comes and asks for, I want the X1 LG mobile phone, then they don't search it for, sorry, Samsung mobile phone X1. They don't search it with this name. They'll search it with SKU9 because that is what the name we have given in our organization. Doesn't matter what other company the name has given, but in our company, we have given for this product a unique name called as SKU9 and they'll search for only SKU9. Okay. Let me show you the scenario practically. Even this it can be handled through CMIR. That means if customers say that I want to place an order with my own material name, okay, like these big companies, if they say I want to place order with my own material name, then CMIR can help us. Let me open some product. Okay, so you see here, there are lots of laptops from various companies. This is Asus, there is Dell, there is Lenovo, Microsoft, HP. There are various materials, right? But you see, for every material, they have a model number. At the same time, for every material, there is SKU. You see, uniquely identifying this product. That means Microsoft has given a model number for this. In any business, the model number for this particular product will be the same. But this Best Buy, this retailer has given a name as SKU to this particular. So uniquely, that means tomorrow if this Best Buy is placing an order to Microsoft for this product, with what name they will place an order? Model number or SKU number?
SKU.
With the SKU number,
SKU.
right? So if a customer says that I will maintain my own material name, okay, I will not place order with your material names. I'll place order with my own internal material names. This can help us. Now let's say if I go and search here with the SKU, I've just given the SKU here. You see, system has pulled that particular specific model number. You see, SKU. So every material will be uniquely identified by an SKU number. Okay. So this is also possible with CMIR, where we can maintain customer material number for our material. So do we have this product in our business? Do we have any material with this name in our business? Anyone? Do we have a material with this name in our business?
No.
No, right? So if customer place an order with this name, then how can we process it? Users will be confused, right? Users never know that there is a material in our business with this name. Users will be confused. If a customer place an order with SKUs, users will be confused, right? So let's see how we could handle this. So let's get into the system and see how the CMIR is done. CMIR is also a master data. We don't do that. Users will maintain it. CMIR is maintained with a transaction code called as VD51. Okay, VD51 is a transaction for CMIR. And you could see here customer and sales organization or sales area. So here we could maintain. So if this customer 1000 and sales organization and sales line. So you see that you can maintain multiple records here. Okay, you could maintain multiple records here for this particular customer. For this customer under this sales line, we can maintain multiple records. Let's say 100 is our business name, right? We have a material in our business with a name 100. But customer says that I'll give in my business I'll maintain with a different name. You see here customer material. Here you could put it as SKU, maybe something like 103 or whatever it is. So now customer calls this particular material with a name called as SKU 103. Let's save this. VS01 or usually we enter the material here and quantity here, right? But we don't know, like our customer has placed a purchase order with a name called as SKU 03. So what we do, you see here, customer material number, SKU 103. This is what we'll maintain. What is the name? SKU 103. You can already see here, system has pulled up this data. SKU 103, system says that it is maintained for customer 1000 and the material is 100. This option is available only in EHP 8. Okay, or the version 740, it is not available. 760 and 77 version only. You see this, we are using 760 and this is most probably EHP 8, I guess. This is EHP version. Somewhere we could just see it here in the status, but yeah. So this option is available only in EHP 8 or in S4HANA. That means above 760. EHP 8 works only with 760. If not, you need to memorize everything. But here you don't need to memorize anything. So you see, system itself will give you a drop down. The system shows here already. It says that this record is maintained for 100. This error still exists. Okay. Anyway, but you know the concept, right? So how system has pulled that particular data into the sales document. So whenever we create an order, you don't, if the order is with a different name than our business name, then what user can do, they can enter in the customer material number and system will automatically pull the data from CMIR, right? Let me go to change mode, VD52. CMIR has a couple of data to be maintained. CMIR will have total 9 fields. Okay, select and go to the details. CMIR will have total 9 fields. Out of the 9 fields, 8 fields are either customer master or material master. It's already there. Just like delivery priority or minimum delivery quantity, whatever we discussed, it's already there. Okay. To be very precise, out of that 8, 7 fields are from customer master and only 1 field is from material master. And there is only one unique field. The 9th field is the unique field. You see it only in the CMIR. So you can see here the description, that's all okay. Then next, how plan determines into sales document. Anyone? How plan determines into sales document.
Shipping point.
Shipping point.
Point
No,
transport
your preparation is
route determination. Transport.
no.
Customer master,
There's no
material
customer
master,
rule determination,
CMIR.
right? So first thing is your preparations are not up to the mark or it's very bad preparation. With this kind of thing, it's very hard for you to get placed in September. Very hard to place in September. If you remember, if you watched my last video that is on the Metal Master, this is the same question I asked, and at that time also I told you this is very important question. That is the reason I'm repeatedly again and again I'm asking. I hope this question I'm asking for the 4th time or 5th time. Okay, I told you at that time also in the last session the same, like you have to like start your preparations with this kind of preparation. Like it would be very hard for you to get into the industry by September, because I already told you September 20 is our target for this batch. At any cost, you should get placed, but not with this kind of preparation. Please start your preparation. You have very good time. This is a very basic and very important interview question. How plan determines into sales document? You already have. We are in CMIR. CMIR, customer master and material master, right? CMIR, customer master and material master. This is the sequence, and this is the 4th or 5th time I'm repeating. And I request you to watch the last video, what we discussed on Middle Master. At that time also, I told you, I asked the same question, and I also said you the same thing. This is very important interview question, right? Please start your preparations. If you cannot understand subject or something, please talk to me, call me, talk to me. I'll tell you how to prepare, right? But start your preparations, everyone. This batch target is September 20, you should get placed. So plant CMIR, this is where system first considers with a customer and material combination, and if it doesn't find it here, then system goes to material master, customer master, and then material master. Then you could see delivery priority. It is there in the shipping tab of customer master, but if you want to overwrite with the customer and material combination, then you can do it here. Minimum delivery quantity. This is only the field which is coming from material masters. So if with a combination of customer and material, if you want to maintain some other minimum delivery quantity, you can maintain it here. Tolerances, partial delivery, These all are from customer master. So these all fields are maintained in customer master, and this field is maintained in material master. But you can overwrite it here with a combination of customer and material. But there is one unique field, what you see here, that is item usage. What is item usage? You know how tricky the questions could be in the interview. In one interview, they asked a question, can you tell me one field which is a control data? Okay, can you tell one field which is control data? Usually, control data is enterprise structure. Master data, we already know. Transactions, we'll be discussing. Usually, control data is, enterprise structure is considered as control data. Okay, so they ask the field, can you tell one field which is control data? You see here, we usually go through the fields, but we don't read these particular titles of these blocks. But you see item usage, it's control data. And this is unique field. You find this field only in the CMIR. So this is what the question they asked. Can you tell one field which is a control data? You see how the questions could be in the interview. So what is this item usage? Item usage. If you remember, in the last session, we discussed about item category. What is item category? Anyone? What is item category? Item category controls how the material should behave in the sales order.
One-line parameter.
Right? Yeah. So how the item category comes into sales document? There are 4 parameters which will influence what item category should come into sales document. The first parameter is sales document. Second parameter which we discussed in the material master called as item category. And the third parameter is item usage. From where system takes item usage? From CMIR. So what is item usage? It is one of the parameter which will help us to determine item category into sales document. But in what context? We usually don't use item usage. These 2 fields or these 2 parameters are enough to determine an item category into sales document, right? But in why we are using item usage as well? Because we use this in to process in special scenarios, like wherever you have sub-item scenario, 1 plus 1 item. So that means for 1 item, you want to give 1 item free. That is free goods. Or else you want to substitute material X with Y material. Or else you are selling a computer and it has components like CPU, monitor, mouse, keyboard. These are components. So wherever you have these sub-item scenarios, we use item usage. That means we are telling system, this scenario, that means if it is free goods, item usage for free goods is free. If you put free here, system knows that this is free goods. If you put PSA1, PSA2, PSCL, PSHP, system knows that this is a material determination. If you use CSHP, system knows this is cross-selling, right? So item usage is used only in special scenarios like this, where we tell system, what is that scenario and where is the sub-item? You buy a bike and you also buy an insurance for that. So insurance is a cross-selling item, right? For the bike, insurance is cross-selling item. So like that, whereas you have sub-items, system can easily find out with the help of CMIR. Okay. Again, we'll discuss when it comes to item category determination. That's one of the very important concept. Again, we'll discuss this. Okay. But as of now, what is item usage? It's one of the parameters which will help us to determine item category into sales document. Right. So this is all about CMIR. So any questions on CMIR?
This is the one, actually this is the customer requirement, right? So what customer, which name they want. So that will be I will update it in that label also. It will come that this name for customer request.
Sorry, Venkat. Can you repeat the question?
So this is a customer requirement, right? Which name they want, SKU name.
Yes, absolutely.
So this number
No,
will update.
no, that is not like let's say our company is Galaxy Pharma, okay? Their client or their customer. Let's say I just put it as some name Walmart. So Walmart will maintain this all SKUs. But when Galaxy Pharma is selling products to Walmart, when Walmart need to place a purchase order asking for the materials, then they'll place an order with SKU numbers. Okay.
Okay. So when
So
Galaxy is
as we don't, yeah. Go ahead.
when Galaxy is arranging shipment, so they'll provide with the SKU name only, right? Not Galaxy name.
Not with the Galaxy name, only with SKU. Okay. Yeah, that means, see, when you enter the SKU name, system will automatically populate the actual material name in the material field. The original material field will be there, right, in a sales order. When you enter the SKU number here, system will automatically populate this.
Okay.
Okay. So this is for our business reference, that is Galaxy Pharma, and this is for our customer reference.
You can use
Any
both also, right?
questions on this? Obviously, when you enter SKU, system will automatically populate this because this is our record. Because we need to reduce the stock in our plant, right? But there is no material called as SKU in our plant. So how will we reduce that? So system will automatically populate our actual material in the material field. Okay. Yeah. So
Sir,
any question on CMIR? So we could proceed with the sales.
sir,
What's
on
that?
invoice, both the material and SKU will be reflected on invoice.
No, only our material.
Okay.
Okay. The delivery invoice, everything will be only on this name.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So we finished all the master data. We are done with master data. So let's move on with the transactions. Transactions. What is transactions? Sales order, credit memo, debit memo, or returns. Okay. Contracts, delivery, billing. These all are called as transactions. And who create transactions? End users. Okay. End users will create transactions. But why we are learning transactions? How to create transactions? Because we need to give training, we need to prepare user manual, we need to know what user want and the configurations to be done. So for all these reasons, we should also know what's there in the front end. And if there is error in the front end, we should also know that where is that error to be fixed in the back end. This all as a consultant we should know, right? So for that reason, we will be learning about the sales transactions. So first today, let me introduce you to the general sales. We'll just talk about the sales. We'll not see anything in the system, but let's just see what is sales process. See, there are two things. One is business process and one is sales process. Sales process is part of business process. Business process means how the business want to function. Okay, you take Amazon. What is their business process? How they function? By
They sell
taking
goods
the,
online.
right? They take the materials from the vendors and they just sell it. They don't manufacture anything, right? For some profit margin or commission, they sell the materials. That is their business model, right? On the other hand, let's say you take Maruti. What Maruti do? They manufacture and sell the cars, right? It's their business model. Or else you take some other specialty companies like Schneider or any Rolls-Royce kind of companies, what they do?
They'll do manufacture and
They
install also.
they manufacture, yeah, they manufacture and sell the goods, but they manufacture only basing on the customer requirement, and that particular material will be sold to only that customer, right? Let's say if an airport gives an order to Schneider for the lifts or escalators, they will give the order with their custom, like how many people it has to carry, what speed, what levels it has to stop, right? Only with that customization, they'll manufacture and they'll install that particular elevator or escalator only in that airport. They cannot sell it to anyone else because it is custom manufactured for that customer, right? It is their business model, right? So business process is the way the business want to function. But within the business process, there will be various sales processes, special sales processes, right? So first what we are discussing is special sales process. So this can be called as sales process, this can be called as OTC, order to cash, or this can be called as sales cycle, whatever the name they call it as. This is the same. And in the interviews also, definitely they'll ask a question, what is your customer's standard process? Can you explain? Or they can ask you, can you explain your customer's standard sales cycle? Okay, so they can ask a question like this, but whatever the question they ask, it's the same. It could be quote to cash, it could be order to cash, right? Depend upon business requirement. So there are total 17 sales process, which we will discuss in this training itself. We'll discuss 17 processes. In that, we also have special sales process, but I'll just give a high level overview of some process here. Today, just let us get introduced. From tomorrow, we will get into the system, we create transaction and see how each process works and what accounting entry also generates. So any process, any sales will start with an inquiry, right? You take any transaction that will start with an inquiry, customer inquiring about the product. So customer inquires about the product. So what we do, we create an inquiry document in our system. We create an inquiry document in our system. This is an internal document which we created for our own reference. That is inquiry. With reference to inquiry, then we create a quotation. Creating a quotation and keeping for ourselves, there is no purpose. You have to send it to customer so that customer can go through and place an order. But what is the difference between inquiry and quotation? Inquiry is what customer is asking for, right? Then we are sending in quotation, there will be price, there will be terms and conditions, right? And there will be not confirmed quantity, but the material price and other stuff, validity, everything will be there. That is quotation, which we send it to customer so that customer can go through and place an order. Then we create a sales order. But what is the difference between quotation and a sales order? Sales order is a definite one. That means it has the confirmed quantity plus confirmed delivery date. Customer has inquired about the product and customer says that I want X material 100 quantity. And we have sent a quotation also for X material 100 quantity. But that's not guarantee that we have to deliver 100 quantity. Maybe we delivered only X material 50. Okay. So order is a definite one, which has the confirmed quantity plus delivery date. Okay. So once we create an order, we send it to the customer so the customer can go through that and go through that order confirmation. We'll send it to customer. Then we create delivery. Then we create billing. There are two things here: billing and accounting. Billing happens in SD module. Accounting happens in FI module. You go to Big Bazaar. What you are getting? A bill or an invoice?
Bill.
Invoice.
No, bill.
Invoice. Bill.
Bill.
You buy a
Tax
Chroma
invoice.
and you buy a TV. That's in Chroma, you buy a TV. What do you get?
Invoice.
Bill, right? So you go to a Big Bazaar, you get a bill. or else it is also called as retail invoice. It is not invoice. But you go to Chroma and you buy a TV, that is invoice. Because it will have your name, your address, your phone number, your delivery address, everything will be there. But is Big Bazaar printing all your details on the bill? Your name, ship to party addresses and everything? Are they printing these things? No.
No.
Your name is not mentioned. Let's say if I give this bill to someone else, it's not even belonging to you because there is no name, nothing. Only items, quantity, and the total price. But if you go to Chroma and you buy some TV, will it be on your name or someone else or with no name?
With our name.
With the
It has to
customer's
be with
name.
the name, right? Customer's name. Without name, they cannot create an invoice, right? So that's the difference between the invoice. So bill means it's a retail invoice. It will not create any accounting entry. Okay. At the SD level, only bill will be created. Billing document will be created. But that billing document has to be released to accounting, that is FI. Then only an invoice will be triggered and sent to the customer. Okay, an invoice will be created and sent to the customer. So we'll discuss more detail about this later. But you see here, it starts with inquiry and ends with sending an invoice to the customer. And let's assume that the payment also received from the customer. One cycle has been completed. Order to cash, one cycle has been completed. Inquiry, quotation, order, customer delivery has been done. We have sent an invoice and customer has paid that amount. One cycle has been done. Now the real action starts. That is customer complaints. Customer can complain saying that the material you delivered is expired or the material you delivered is not according to my specifications or the material you delivered is damaged, anything it could be. Or else customer can complain, you overcharged me, right? It could be anything. So we need to handle complaints very well, right? How do you handle the complaints? Returns. If the material is damaged and in business you have a policy to replace, then you take the damaged material and give the like good material, right? That is returns. Okay. The material cost is $10. The delivery cost of this material is $50. Will you replace it? Material cost is $10. The delivery cost for this material is $50. If customer says this $10 material is damaged, will you replace this material? Is it wise to do that?
No.
No. No.
It's not wise to do that because the delivery is more costlier than the damaged product. Then we give credit memo to customer. Rather than replacing the material, we just return back the customer's money. Okay. At any time, for any reason, you want to give back money to the customer, either return this kind of scenario or sometimes you overcharge the customer. So you want to settle that. So you give a credit memo so that can be adjusted in the next invoice. Or else there is something also called as secondary promotional activities. So for any reason, if you want to give some or credit rebate settlement, for any reason you want to give some money to the customer, we do it with credit memo. But you want to charge additional from the customer. You send an invoice to the customer, it's been 1 month and customer failed to pay it. Now you want to charge late payment fee or some interest, debit memo. For any reason you want to charge additional from the customer, then the transaction is debit memo, right? Then we also have something called as contracts. Again, contracts are various contracts. That is quantity contract, value contract, material specific, master contracts. Like this, we have various contracts. So quantity contract means, what is contract? Anyone? What is contract?
There is agreement
Contract is
between
agreement between
The
two
agreement,
parties.
Right?
Limited period.
Contract is
the legal agreement between
Between two parties.
two parties.
so contract
The
is
le-
a agreement between two parties, and contract, can it be one-sided?
No, it can't be one-sided.
both sides.
It has to be two,
Right?
both the sides.
Two sides.
both the sides, right? So contract is an agreement between two parties where both the parties should have mutual benefit. Contracts cannot be one-sided. So what benefit we are getting here if it is quantity contract? Let's say, the product cost is $100, but if some customer says that I'll buy 10,000 material, okay, let's offer it for $80. So what is the benefit your business is getting? Anyone? What benefit
You
business is
are
getting? That is
increasing your
an
turnover. The bulk
right,
quantity
an
is in your.
assured sales of 10,000, yeah, an assured sales of 10,000 quantity. In return, what customer is getting? A better price or a more discount,
Yes.
right? So that is what contract is of mutual benefit. If it is value contract, then it is on value. The agreement is on value. Customer says that I'll buy 1 million from you. Okay, not customer is not specifying material. Customer is saying that I'll buy 1 million worth of goods from you. So we offer some benefit, right? That is value contract. Something also called as scheduling agreement. So customer says that I'll buy 10,000 quantity from you. Will customer consume all the 10,000 quantity in one day? Contracts always have validity period, right? Contracts have validity period. Customer says that in the next 6 months I will buy 10,000 quantity. Next 6 months, on any day it can be. But scheduling agreement is customer can buy 10,000 quantity, but customer has to tell us when they want this quantity. Okay, June 15th, 1,000 quantity. July 1st, 3,000 quantity. That means the delivery date and quantity are predefined. That is scheduling agreement. Right? Like this, various processes are there. Total 17 processes we'll discuss. Okay. So we'll stop it here today and continue tomorrow discussing all this process. This will take at least a week. This whole week will be only transactions. Probably we'll finish these transactions by next Wednesday. No, next Wednesday we need at least 7 sessions, and then we'll start pricing. Any questions? Please go ahead. And this Wednesday we will not have a session. Yeah, one moment. This Wednesday we will not have a session in the evening, and the rest will continue. We'll catch back again on 16th. Tomorrow we'll have a session, but on Wednesday we'll not have a session. I'll send an email. Yeah. Any question? Go ahead.
Yes,
Go ahead.
I have got a new server from Himanshu. The friends,
Okay.
I think I've shared a screenshot with you on WhatsApp. It is like old version itself. It looks like the old one only. But the front screen, I can see that it is SAP Logon 760. But when I log in into this, it is saying it looks like the old version. For reference, I have
Maybe you
shared
need to
two pics with you on
yeah.
WhatsApp.
See, it's better for the
If you
server.
want.
Yeah, for the server. For the server, it's better you talk to Himanshu. He is the right person to guide you. So ask him to provide either 7760 or latest version, or ask him to guide how you can change this to the latest version. He will be the better person. I know how to do it, but certain times it's not working. But he is the right person to guide you. Okay, which theme to select, and you see activate SAP Fury features. I have done in my system, so system you could see everything has been changed. You can also try this. If it is still not working, please contact that guy.
Yes,
Okay.
Sir, in between quotation phase and sales order phase, we need to get a purchase order from customer.
Yeah, purchase order is a transaction. That is the reason we have not included here. Okay. And purchase order is not mandatory in every business. Okay. Purchase order is not mandatory in every business, but purchase order is a MM transaction. Here we are discussing only with SD. Okay. So Saujanya, as I told you, this course duration is only 2 months. We will conclude within 2 months. So when we started this course, May, right? No, yeah, May, June, July. But July last week, any cost, this batch will be concluded. 100% July last, this batch will be concluded at any cost. Okay, so be assured, 2 months, nothing more than that. July, before last week of July itself, we'll conclude this batch. Yeah, but don't worry about the conclusion. We are already done with 16 sessions. We have another almost 35 plus sessions to go. Okay.
In master data,
Any
we
other
have 4
questions?
domains.
Four.
What about condition master? You didn't explain.
Condition master is pricing.
Pricing. Okay.
That is with the pricing. Pricing is called as condition master. That we'll discuss after the transactions. Okay.
So you told us on last Friday some announcement is there actually. One of your team members got a
Okay,
job.
someone got placed, right? Yeah, one another also got placed actually. I have not taken a screenshot. Let me check. Yeah. Maybe tomorrow I'll take it and do it because on the WhatsApp web, which is not allowing to take the previous messages, it's not allowing to load the previous message. I'll open and show you. Okay, but almost 3 people got one person got 5 offers. One person got 5 offers. And let me also tell you one thing. See, maybe just a moment, if I can show you, I'll try. Because you may also face this kind of situation. What happened is there's one guy who joined last year. He got placed. Okay, his name is Naresh. Yeah. He got placed and he referred his friend. This guy also got placed. Okay, this guy also got placed, and they got offer from same companies. That is, this guy got 5 offers, and but he's more interested to join with his friend in the same company, DXA Technologies Mumbai. So if you have this kind of situation, try to avoid this, not to put your friend also into the trouble, because you will be taking fake documents and everything, right? So maybe sometime it may go wrong. Okay. So let me show you. I don't remember even his name. Let me check. Yeah, any question, Melissa, please go ahead. I don't even remember his name. His name is Amol, correct? Let me check his name, Amol. Yeah, well, I'll just show you it. Got it.
Sir, actually, I'm facing difficulty to understand the flow. Can you please help me on how to start my preparation for interview?
You're saying for interview or learning the concepts?
Both.
Interview, you have time. Okay. First, focus on learning. If you have difficulty in learning, the first thing is revision. Do revision as many times as possible. Okay, because see, it's everything new and we are trying to imitate 4 years real-time experience. Only by revision, and the more you see the screens and more you practice, that's how you memorize the subject. Okay, and 17th June new batch is starting. I want you guys to attend even that batch as a revision, so that when you attend the second batch, you will be more familiar with the subjects because you already know the screens, terminology, T codes, right? You'll be more familiar
Yes,
with
sir.
the subject. So if you anyone have time, morning 7:15 to 8:15, a new batch is starting, and you can attend, right? So this is what you could see. This may also happen with you. So this guy has referred the other one, and both got into the same company. That is, this guy got actually 5 offers, but he's more interested to get into this. But I told no. But one moment, Pradeep, you are there? maybe. Okay, from tomorrow there will be one another guy joining. So yeah, he's from January batch, I guess. He has given almost 7 interviews till today, all the top companies. And wherever he go, if they ask 30 questions, at least he's answering 28 questions minimum. And he was also telling me in one company, he directly talked to HR. If you can take the interview for 30 minutes or more, then only you call me. If not, don't call me for interview. You see the courage. He directly told the HR because in one interview they asked only 7 questions and they said okay, right? And they are completed within 15 minutes. So next time the person calls, he directly told to the HR, if you can take the interviews for more than 30 minutes, then only call me for the interview. Right? And he has given almost 7 interviews but not got offer. But you see, is out of 30 questions, he is able to answer almost 28 questions or almost all 30 out of 30. But till date, he has given 7 interviews but not got a single offer. So market, I told you, right? By end of May, you don't see opportunities. Interviews will be there because these big companies run the show around the year. Interviews will be there, but they will not release offers after the May. Again, the offers will be released only from September. So keep in mind, everyone, attending sessions, there is no purpose without practice. If you really want to get into SAP, please practice. You don't need anything more than this what I'm teaching. This is, I just showed you, right? This guy, his friend has been placed and he got placed. 5 offers. Let me show you. I'll also show you his offers. Wait. If even this is not motivating you, then because see, very good opportunities you have in the market. Why don't you do that? You see how many offers this guy has? September 21st batch. September 20th. I told you, right? Any person will place in 6 months, highest side. So his joining date itself is September, but September, October, that's the season. He lost the season. So now he is trying from March season. He got offers, right? 5 offers. Birlas of DXC, Colgate, Accenture, Tata. And whatever the screenshot I show, every people will have minimum 2 to 3 offers, right? I have not taught them anything more than this, what we are discussing in this training. Even not 1% I have teach them extra than what we are teaching or learning in this session. You don't need anything more than this. Only thing is your practice. My 50% I'm giving. If you don't take that 50% and utilize your 50%, there is no purpose attending for these sessions because September is a very good season. You have to place by September. Okay. If you want to attend any number of batches until you understand the subject, you can attend. You can attend June, July, August, September, any batch continuously you can attend. But please revise and practice. If not, it will be very hard with these kind of preparations, what I'm talking about. Okay, because when I ask a question, I expect at least a nearby answer, but your answers are out of like concepts. So don't do that, anyone. You have spent money, you are spending time, so there should be a purpose for it. So start preparing. And if you find any difficulty, you want to talk to me, you can talk to me. Okay, let's fix some times, either 11 in the morning or evening 7. Talk to me, I can guide you. Right? So good everyone, and catch up tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll continue with the transactions. And even the S4HANA also. If you don't understand S4HANA, that's okay. That is the purpose why you joined S4HANA. Because first time I want to just introduce only the screens, fields, and discussion. Now again, June batch, we are starting on 18th, you attend. You'll start correlating the business partner concept because we already finished customer master here. So business partner, you start correlating it. Okay. Don't worry if you don't understand S4HANA as well. You will understand by end of SD training, you'll also understand S4HANA. Right. So good everyone. Catch up tomorrow. Bye.